Okay. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another Saturday night. This is Kev, and we're gonna touch on a very sensitive topic tonight, and that's DV, domestic violence. So, I want y'all to know that I'm gonna take the sincere approach with this. And that could mean a number of things. So, let me see. What Yeah, of all these little animated backgrounds I got, I don't really have a serious one. So, I mean, it's like, ain't like I want to use "fuck your couch." I can't use that one. So, but yeah, I promise y'all this will be a interesting one. I have a very interesting take on this. Um, yeah, we'll use that one. We'll use that one. So anyway, let's set RPM. What's good? Andre 416. What's going on? Prepper 101. What it is? Carlton Way 1. Then we got Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. Top contributor to the effort for a new laptop. Um, yes, which gives me the ability to do more detailed, more presentable broadcast. But speaking from the heart is just as good, and people do good doing that as well. But yeah, thank you all who have donated toward that. $385 to go. Is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Anything you guys put in, hey, that'll help. But purchase will be made in the next few days. Just want to let you know that. So thank you all for helping me out with that. And let's continue with the. Oh, okay. Let me give some shout outs as well. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank you for continuously making it happen. Carrying the algorithm. I am 26 subs from 4,000 4K subscribers. So when that happens, I have a little celebration broadcast here. Uh, but with the whole 4K thing, I got to make sure that I'm at least at 40,000. I mean, when I well 4,010 subs, because YouTube would take one or two subs here and there. I mean, it does happen. That's what a lot of content creators complain about. So once I see that first time that 4K number, I'm not going to be too excited. I'm just going to go ahead and see what happens. uh, but my people, like that's true to what Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power is saying. My people always show up. So thank you from week to week for that too. Shout out to the members as well, supporting me from month to month, and in a couple months for many of you is going to be a year. So thank you for giving me a year support. So shout out to you guys. I got to remember to write that list down so I can shout you out by name like I used to be able to do before my laptop died. You know, RIP. It was a good little laptop till it wasn't. So anyway, um, said Prepper 101, RIP Tupac. Uh, okay, I thought, okay. Was it is his birthday today? This is just feel like this is some date I should know. Uh, did he, say you see the video? Damn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna discuss that video. Uh, yeah, yeah. Said thank you for the great content. You're welcome. I appreciate. For those of you who share that same opinion, yeah, I appreciate being able to bring you the quality content that I bring you, and I'm looking forward to bringing even more quality content here. So, you're welcome to all of you. I'm glad I was able to occupy your Saturday nights, Sunday nights, and Monday nights in a positive way. All right. So Detroit 313 was good. The notorious replay gang. The power of course I did. I research everything, so I'm usually the first to know things and post them. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I could vouch for that. Cassie stayed with him for 10 years. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna get to all of that. I mean, just trying to have a common sense approach to things like this, and my experience with DV. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that I was actually involved in a domestic violence situation. You know, I don't lay hands on women, and I've never had an experience. Well, couple here and there. I mean, women are kind of little can be a little feisty, but a lot of those was when I was a kid. They would swing on you. I mean, as you grew up, then the physical differences would start to show. But when I say my experiences with DV is bearing witness to such, whether I had a friend that was beating his girl, because once that happened, they were no longer my friend. So I want to let you guys know that. Um, let's see. Um, just in my own observations, but with neighbors, I would say neighbors. I've said this, I think one or two times in the past. During conversations, but since we're dealing with the whole Diddy thing here, um, I'll go ahead and say, uh, I'll go ahead and say it again. Um, let's see. Guess I was like 18 or 19. I was still living with my parents, just out of high school. So there was a duplex, rental duplex, uh, next door to us, and it was this couple, looked like young black couple, probably, mid late 20s, both of them. One dude was an auto mechanic. He was like, no lie, he was like five. Yeah, but he was one of them stocky dudes. Them stocky dudes with little legs, like he had been to prison. And his girlfriend, she looked like she was like 5'8", 5'9", maybe. Sad looking thing, but I mean, she had kind of a, straight faced demeanor. But every Friday, Saturday night, um, it sounded like they were throwing around furniture, or sounded like someone was being thrown in the furniture, and just this hideous screaming. I'm sitting up there trying to watch Saturday Night Live or some kind of Skinemax film or some shit like that, and here they are disrupting my feng shui back. I'm trying to enjoy some of these movies with the really round areolas on the screen here. I'm hearing a woman screaming in pain because her midget boyfriend is beating her ass. What's up, Art Newstall? So yeah. So I didn't like it. I'm 19. I was like, how dare he? How dare he beat up on his girl? You know. So I was gonna go over there and knock on the door. My dad was like, he was listening to it too. He was up. Dad said, "Stay your ass over here." And now you sit your ass down. So shit. So here me, I decided to call the cops instead because I think she's over there dying. Like, oh my God, she needs help. Oh no, I have to do something to save her. At least send the cops over there. So I called the police. So they quiet down for the night. Maybe the next night. Maybe. You know, I'll sit out on the porch the next morning. Both of them come out. I'll be mean mugging him. They don't pay attention because, even at 18 years old, I didn't look like much of a threat. I mean, shit. I mean, I didn't get the whole, oh, nigga, man, I shoot you, man. I wouldn't fight you. I shoot you. I wasn't getting those. I wasn't getting those type of comments yet. Not just yet. But I just thought I had did something. But I noticed one thing, they weren't broken up. In fact, my dad came back and told me there was two of them, her, the woman that was in the couple that was, obviously the DV victim, as people would say in 2024. Um, and her friend was out there. So here go my dad come back, you know what that woman said. It's like what? I said, what, dad? She, I overheard them talking. I came outside to sit on the porch, and one of the girls said, "There go your neighbor," and then the other girl said, "I ain't got no damn neighbor." I was like, "Wow," and I'm here I am thinking, well, I was the one that called the police. I mean, what did I interrupt? Even though I knew it was wrong, and I knew I would never do a person like that. I mean, for what it's worth, to hear a person say something like that about their own situation where you're just trying to help, it kind of puts some type of shock into you, but it teaches you a lesson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's wrong. Like I said, I gotta keep doing this disclaimer because I should not have to explain myself over and over again for whatever I'm about to say about what Cassie quote fingers went through with Sean Diddy Combs, and there's in no way should ever come to a situation where a man should do a woman like that unless there are a couple of legitimate reasons, which I don't know if exist in this situation. But just I want you guys to hear me out. This is not going to be some defense of P Diddy and the black man image and all this stuff, because see, some of us black men should just when certain niggas do some shit, we should just throw them away. But what did the cops calling the cops do for that couple? What did it do for her? How did it help her? How did it help other women who go through this, who are terrified, who wish this whole horrible thing would end of being beat on? Who did it help? Me calling the police at 18, 19 years old. Didn't help anyone. Certainly didn't help my dad. I mean, it doesn't make it any less wrong. I mean, I'll tell you another situation. A friend of mine used to hang out with. Friend of mine, I knew the guy through one of my jobs. Cool guy. I mean, get together, go to parties and shit, hang out at clubs. Get drunk. Holler at the women, chase the women. You know how that was. There's, and years later, he starts dating this girl. She's like what, 19. Well, when they met, he was 29 and she was 15. So, she was 21 when I met her. And, he had her wrapped. Like, I'm talking about wrapped. Like, it was a mental stranglehold like none other. Like she was his ride or die. It was, I don't know if he was hers, because I knew how the nigga was. I know he had about 3 or 4 chicks, and that's cool. I'm not sitting up here. Oh man, they always go for those pookie types. I mean, yeah, he was one of those for a little bit. He was one of those. I think he's by now straightened his life up. So I mean, I wasn't around for his redemption arc, but he was one of those guys. He would lay hands. He would, lay the smack it down. Send an old girl to work with a bruise that she had to hide. And I mean, I'm not making light of it. It's just that then she had the courage to walk away. And then guess what? She walks up to me and asks me for advice. I'm not good with advice when it comes to these situations, because I'll say what needs to be said. You need to get out of that situation and don't go back. But do what makes you happy. Do what's best for you. That's what I said. Do what makes you happy. Do what's best for you. Don't don't do it on his behalf. I mean, you know, you got this dude playing. I mean, you got this dude that works with you that goes to the same club this guy goes to fight him because he knows that you're getting beat on by him. So let's see what kind of advice I give that young man that keeps jumping on your boyfriend at the club because he's a piece of shit that beats on women. So I give her the advice. She finally had the courage to leave her abusive boyfriend, who I used to hang out with, who I used to be cool with. We fell out at one point, you know. So I mean, it was no sweat off my back. I see him, you know, just be like a nod and that's it. But he beating on his girl, so she has the courage to walk away. I say, do what's best for you. You know, you deserve better once he hits you. So, you know, she actually broke up with him because he slapped her, slapped the shit out of her. So she wants to stop being hit. So here we are 2 days later. After I tell her do what's best for her, do what makes her happy. 2 days later, she's back with the guy. So there's officially nothing I can fucking do about a domestic violence situation. And he's mad at me because he thinks I'm trying to steal his girl. It's like, you don't get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Like, I'm like, look, I'm just like me. I'm just look. Here's the thing. What's the point of me even sticking around for a situation like that? Just let them have it. Let them have at it. You know, my thing is when I hear about it, it's just gonna be like, but did she die? It's a damn shame. It really is, but it it depends on two things. Number one, are you willing to tell the adult males in your family if you are a victim of DV? Are you talking to the adult males in your family? Are you telling them? Are you putting them in a position to where they have to decide whether they're going to help you or not? And then when they know you're in this situation, are you getting in front of them? Oh, don't hurt him. Oh, don't hurt him. He didn't mean it. He just gets mad sometimes. Like, no, commence the beat now. You know, because I know some people out there are going to be like, Kevin, you have a daughter. What happened if a little dude would do something like that to your daughter? He would disappear. That's what I'll say. I don't want to give away my, you know, too many of my, you know, show my hand too much on social media. You know, what if some shit happened for real? Oh, he said that on YouTube. Oh, you know, I mean, so what? Seriously. But as far as you motherfuckers that I'm not related to, just know this. I tried to help in a few situations and it didn't work. Whether he was emotionally or physically abusive. You could tell a woman she deserved better all day. You'll sound like a light skinned nigga slow song saying that shit. And I'm just saying, you know, I'm not trying to make light. I mean, I know this gonna trigger some the victims of DV, but hey, shoot, Cassie stayed with that man for 10 fucking years. Did she go for justice? Did she go for criminal charges? Did she? This is what I don't like about situations like this. Get you pursue justice on that motherfucker. Teach him a lesson. I mean, if he went to jail, I mean, what he gonna do? He gonna fight and he gonna have privilege and he gonna be doing the shit that he does on the outside anyway. Having ball sack parties with, you know, the local so-called masculine alpha thug Pookie. Shoot, like that's why we got sayings like no Diddy right now. How I feel about Sean Diddy Combs, I don't like the guy. I don't like him. Shoot, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get up here and defend him. Cassie deserved what she got. That's what y'all thought I was gonna say after I told y'all those stories about how women stay in domestic violence situations. It takes a lot of courage for a woman to walk away. I do understand that. But you know, it's hardly the time to put it on all men. when those situations come up because some men understand. It's like, what are you in these situations for? Why are you sticking around? No black man, except for the black man that you're with, your boyfriend, the abusive jackass that y'all decide to date, is is no one except that nigga is the one telling you to stay in a situation where you're getting your ass whooped. I will always recommend you walk away, you go to the cops, you go stay with someone that actually cares about you. You know, go find a harmless simp, something. But hey, you know, but for a situation like Cassie, I'm probably gonna just have to say, but did she die? Did she die? Did she die of any of this? I mean, the tape is really fucked up. When I looked at that, I was like, Diddy's done, but how done can he really be? And then the LAPD releases a statement saying that there's nothing they can do. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna go into hiding with his money. He's gonna go to a fucking island where no one cares what he did. That's how it's gonna go down. And you can browbeat him all over the internet all you want. You can have all these people come over here and virtue signal for Cassie. Virtue signal for Cassie. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. It's like, why wasn't this footage released in 2016? This was 2016 when he did this. I mean, we already knew he was a piece of shit. It's just the extent of his piece of shitness is what everyone needed to confirm. You know, you're tired of motherfuckers acting like they're larger than life. They have to face the same things and the same consequences that everyone else does. But unfortunately, this is the real world. How did this shit not get released until now? What, did he make somebody mad? And someone was just trying to be petty? Oh, okay, now you're going to get browbeat all over the internet. People are like, Diddy's done. Diddy's done. How done is he? Y'all gonna come up? Y'all gonna go to his office and beat his ass? I mean, shit. I would have to say that this is probably lead to a bigger investigation. You know, it'll lead to a bigger witch hunt, which I'm not saying is not justified. I mean, shit. I hope he gets. I hope he feels stressed for the rest of his life. But I mean, if you're a soulless POS, how are you going to feel that? That's the point I'm trying to make about Diddy. Think what you want. I mean, I already knew. I'm not surprised that people of his level and stature in society does these kinds of things. I'm not shocked at all. I mean, this was just being petty. You know, is this he's gonna lose endorsements? Okay, are they gonna strip his bank account butt naked? I mean, what are they gonna do? I mean, I'm sure if he pissed off his handlers, I'm sure that they have much more on him than that. You know, especially with the recent allegations. But right is right. Do you go for justice or do you go for the moolah? Again, it's like going for the justice helps other victims. Going for the justice, you know, I would never ever try to put like any person in the right for beating a woman except for in the cases of self-defense and trying to destroy a person's life. Yeah, I mean, and that could be looked at very subjectively. So, you know, you guys can ask me all the questions you want about that one. Just hold it in and keep it in mind. What do you mean? What do you mean if she's trying to destroy your life? I mean, shoot, that'll drive anybody to do anything. That could affect your finances. That could affect your relationship with your children. I mean, your livelihood, all that stuff. Imagine being destroyed, and then you get back to me on what you would and would not do. And then you know the other person on the other side is wrong, and every ethic, moral, and principle that anyone has knows that the person on the other side is wrong. So hey, think about it. Just really, really think about it. In the age of equality, do you really believe that gender would matter if someone tried to destroy you and everything that you loved? But anyway, when you look at the footage, yes, it's very fucked up footage. It really is. Very, very fucked up footage. Very. I mean, it was like it was like Diddy was playing soccer and uh or rugby or something, and Cassie was the ball. Shoot. I mean, I'm like some of these dudes on the internet. What the fuck did she do to make him that mad? What happened? I mean, like, and this is regular behavior for this guy. This is not a guy. This is not an isolated incident. This is safe to say that a person like comfortable with doing that to a woman in an environment that we have like that, it is really insane to say the least. I mean, any of us men, can you imagine if any of us men in this space did that? No one would care for the reason. Like, no one really is caring about the reason in this one. It's like, for whatever reason, what the fuck are you doing that for? Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude, control yourself. And for me, for Diddy, I don't feel sorry for Diddy. Whether you feel like you're taking a stance for black men or not, because we should be doing things on a case by case basis, any motherfucking way. So if one black man defends that, you know, do that on a case by case basis. But Diddy, it's like this. I don't feel sorry for Diddy in the way that I feel like he has enough money to solve all his problems. He has enough money to solve all his problems. What is his net worth? About what, 400, 500 million? Why the fuck would I feel sorry for a person who has that much money? And there's no charges that are going to be pressed either. Why do I feel sorry for him? What more defending does he need? Yes, there are some trifling bitches out there. Yes, there are. And when something unfortunate happens to a trifling bitch, hey, it's hard to feel sorry for him because, hey, you know what? There are several billion people on this planet, many of which are children that live in worse situations than Cassie. I think that if there's people that say you pick a Cassie situation or a child in a third world country situation, I think a lot of people would pick Cassie. So y'all know what I'm saying. Someone stay in 10 years in a relationship like that. Ugh, ugh. That shit like right there. That was Ike Turner, what's love got to do with it level. I will say this, some of the footage was cut out. They cut out a good middle part, which that the logic could be they just wanted to show you that it was Diddy, and then they wanted to get straight to whatever happened. It could be time lapse footage, because wherever he came from speed blitzing. When he realized she got to the room or something, and then like you saw the beat down, which is very disturbing. Like I said, footage like that very triggering to DV victims. Very triggering to DV victims. I mean, I'm desensitized to everything. Nothing shocks me. I mean, I didn't look at the screen. I didn't look at the screen like, oh my god, he beat her. I was more so looking at the screen like, oh my god, Diddy's finished. Whatever he is in the public eye is pretty much done. See, if we'd have got some footage like that with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, then no one would have felt sorry for Tory. I mean, or they would have felt even less sorry for Tory. I'll say that. But I'm saying if y'all gonna defend this, think about who y'all defending. Diddy doesn't deserve any motherfucking thing. Remember what I just said. He is a man who has enough money to fix anything that he wants. I do not care about people like that. It's like a white man that doesn't use his privilege, like a homeless white man. Why the fuck do I feel sorry for that guy? Seriously. Why would I give him any fucking thing? You didn't use your goddamn privilege. Forest Prairie was good. I'm gonna get to the comments in a little bit, but I'm just trying to make a point here. I don't give a damn what happens to Diddy from here on out, but I know one thing: he won't be tried for this shit. If this would have came out during whatever happened, I don't know all the details because, like, when I hear shit like this, I'm just like, well, yeah, whatever. Here goes another one. I think back to the Ray Rice situation, and I had quite a few heated discussions with people over that one. I'm like, well, I mean, she's still with him. I mean, what the fuck you want me to do? Would be mad at Ray Rice? I mean, he did a left hook or a right hook, one of them things. Like he clobbered her ass, and it looked like she was getting in his face too. But she's right there to this day defending her man. I mean, seriously, she wanted you Negroes to stay out of her business. She said you guys, with your fake outrage, ruined her husband's life. I'm talking about Ray and Janae Rice right now. Get your virtue signaling out of here. We don't need that. What we need is money to live. And my argument then was like, she's on the gravy train. Some women can't walk away doing intimidation. No, fuck that. It seems that she's putting up with the knuckles upside her head. She's telling you guys to leave her alone. She got this. She is tough enough. Shoot. I would encourage any woman that's in a battered woman situation to walk away. But they got to make that decision. I can't make it for them. I can't sit there all the time and say, girl, you need to leave that motherfucker. He a piece of shit, girl. They have to make that decision. They have to make the decision to tell a loved one that they are going through something. That is one thing that I learned. What Cassie tried to do was cash in. I don't care what she is at that point. You made it harder for real victims by doing that shit. Oh, she deserves something. Whatever. Get the POS off of the street if you really want to make a difference. Uh-huh. I don't care how many times. I guess unfortunately I haven't experienced being exposed to every DV situation. You know what I'm saying? And see that the people who had the women who had the courage to walk away, men, if I've never seen a man who was getting abused by his woman, which a couple of the DVs I know. Oh yeah, I knew one. I knew one DV situation where she actually went to jail at one point, and there was a chick that I was trying to talk to. I didn't know any better. That was in my a little bit of my simpish period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still on the virtue signal path, and it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? She sitting up there hitting motherfuckers with hairspray cans in their head. So she definitely fighting motherfuckers. So my ass wasn't like, oh, what my ass was thinking, oh, maybe man, maybe that man had that effect on her. If I hooked up with her, she'd probably act a little better. And I'm glad that never materialized because I look back with a wiser mind on that, and I'm sitting up there like, hell no, that would have been a bothersome situation for me. I am a chill person. I do not like. I mean, even though I will hold my own in a dispute or any kind of argument, I do not like to argue. I'm no pushover, but I just don't like to argue. I don't like the yelling. I like to be de-stressed. I like to chill. I like to burn one. I like to sit back, watch a movie. I just like to relax. I don't like all the drama. You drama loving motherfuckers, you guys can have that shit. You can have it. You can put it on a fucking sandwich. Like it's times where I would have to be in sort of a dramatic situation. I'm not saying that I'm never dramatic or anything. It just saying their experiences are far and few between, and depending on what the situation is. But I don't like to argue. I don't. I really don't. If I have to handle something, sure. But like I said, with that particular person I just got through talking about, the one who actually got arrested for a DV situation to a guy, so I can pretty much say that I've been exposed to most of the DV situations and seen what happened or observed, or by word of mouth. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, she's still alive and well. Cassie is still, yeah, and all these women. I don't know about the one when I was 18, 19. I haven't known of them since that age. So anything could have happened to them two since then. They didn't look like they were leading healthy lifestyles. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of them kicked the bucket or even both of them. But, maybe one of them turned their life around. Who knows? I don't know. But the other ones, they're still alive and well. They're survivors of their own pain and pain inflicted on them by men who, or woman, whom they thought loved them or whatever. Some of them were doing it for ulterior motives, like we see footage and we fake outrage about some of it, then we laugh at the others. Like when Jay-Z was getting Chun-Li kicked by Solange Knowles in the elevator, and Solange Knowles is not. She's still pretty much known as Beyonce's sister. She's not the one who kicked a man in an elevator or beat on a man in an elevator. And that man was Jay-Z, one of the most successful black men in America. The Jay-Z is every time the mainstream media gets mad with Jay-Z, every time he so-called does something for black people, they bring up his history. The same Jay-Z that married probably one of the hottest musical artists in the history of music, Beyonce. That guy. Rock Nation. Yeah, that guy. So yeah, so Jay-Z is not known as a victim. In fact, hey, he pie faced a woman one time. Yeah, people were kind of mad at him for that. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the video. Jay-Z, he seemed like he was walking through a crowd of people, and somebody jumped in his face. A woman jumped in his face, and he pie faced the shit out of her. Like, no, that was yeah. People were kind of snappy with Jay Z for that. But yeah, when he was getting Chun Li kicked by Solange, people like immediately forgot about that. I mean, some men were like, and a couple women, I'll say, they were like, no, she, shouldn't have did that. You should never challenge a man physically. Was their sentiment. But Jay Z didn't do anything. But if he'd have put the pimp hand on Solange, I mean, Beyonce stood real still. She was very calm. She didn't do anything. She didn't say anything. She didn't try to stop her sister from Chun Li kicking Jay Z in the elevator. Public image. Like, think about it. If Beyonce would have tried to stop her sister from Chun Li kicking her husband in front of everybody, and on the well, they had to have known there was an elevator camera. And I bet you the person who released that footage got paid and was like, "Fuck this job, fuck this $35,000 a year. I'm finna get paid." You know, if Beyonce would have stood up for her husband, it would have been it'd have been a great example for black wives everywhere. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that she would have stood by her man. But see, when that happened and Beyonce didn't move, and that just further validated for B Dubs that you ain't got to do shit for your man. And then people are gonna bring up the personal shit. But he cheated. He tried to talk to Rihanna. Some bullshit. No, that doesn't matter. He's leaving with his wife. And Solange Chun Li trying to Chun Li kick, Jay Z. Like, man, I'd have been pissed off too. I'm like, no, I'd have grabbed a foot or something, man. Grabbed a foot and just threw it away or some shit. Just you ain't finna be kicking me in front of everybody. I'm gonna let you get one or two off just so that camera can see it, and then I'm gonna grab your foot and I'm gonna twist it, and then I'm gonna throw it away. Forrest Prairie said it's impossible to actually purchase security footage. Had Cassie went to the police, they would have forced an investigation into the seized footage. Solange hit him with that spinning bird. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to do this as a straw man. I'm just trying to explain is like how we look at domestic situations. I mean, as far as any man hitting any woman, I mean, I thought I remember back about 4 years ago, the guy hitting the woman with the skateboard, like, I was like, God damn. It's like, bruh, like a skateboard? Like, Jesus. That man said, I'm Skeeter Mills. Who the fuck she thinks she talking to? That man said in front of everybody. I don't know what Skeeter Mills is doing now. But anyway, let me just go ahead and throw that out there for black men. If you are caught on any type of footage, any type of recording, beating a woman the way Sean Diddy Combs was beating on Cassie, yes, there's going to be a wave of fake outrage and virtue signaling. But you also have to keep in mind is that not everyone has the money that Sean Diddy Combs has. So, like I said, I don't feel sorry for Sean Diddy Combs. I'm not going to defend him. All I'm saying is this: if the right thing was done if the right thing was done, which means that there are certain elements that go with this whole thing that we do not know about. Is Sean Diddy Combs a POS? Yes. He's a POS for many other reasons than this. Yes, he is. But am I going to play the moral soldier in this? I'm not going to waste my fucking time. Nothing is going to happen to this man because of this. Nothing. You can shame black men all you want. Shaming black men all over the internet is not going to make Sean Diddy Combs pay for this anymore. I mean, they'll always be watching him, and if anything else comes out, they will keep this in mind. Well, remember what he did to Cassie? Shoot. Whatever you think or believe my position is, or whatever. I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't need the virtue signal for victims of DV. I don't. I've known victims of DV. And a lot of them are just fine taking that ass whooping. Unfortunately. And for whatever psychological reasons there are, you're talking about a man who's already had a woman recently come forward and say, hey, I took the money and he peed on me. And I'm sure if young Miami would have ever got out of line, the same thing would have happened. I mean, but hey, these are some tough girls. If they don't try to go after the criminal part of it, if they just want to go after the financial part of it, hey, what is that? What kind of message is that sending? Some of y'all out here getting, some of y'all out here in relationships, and the nigga broke and he beating your ass. But see, for every one of y'all got a few people telling y'all need to be out of that situation. You need to be out of that situation. You need to be out of that situation. That situation is no good for you. Shoot, I was one of those people. Was. Everybody's like, what if it was your daughter that was in it? He'd disappear. That simple. Hey, we all play favorites with our relatives. Wouldn't you? Don't let me ask you that question, people. Wouldn't you? As far as on the outside looking in, it allows us to look at it with clearer lenses. This woman got paid to have knuckle sandwiches put upside her head. She took the money. So there. Okay. Diddy's a piece of shit. But what did he lose? Well, he lost some friends. Shoot. Rich niggas lose friends every fucking day. Well, so what's the moral of the story here? The good guy doesn't always win. We're in the black community. We should already know this. Daughter, yes, extended relatives, man. Shoot. Yeah. Shoot, if it was my mother, God rest her soul. And my dad wasn't like that. I'll be like, shit, that's her relationship. That's my approach. That's suggestion for the black man that got everything going for them, that is an observant of a domestic violence relationship. You don't do nothing until asked. If you're not an Army Ranger, a Navy SEAL, a Marine that just doesn't give a fuck, if that's your specialty, then whatever. I can't tell you what to do. But if you're an average everyday trying to become the best version of yourself or maintain the best version of yourself, my suggestion is that you stay the fuck out of it. Not to say that it's not the right thing to do. If there is a way that you could do something, I mean, for real, that makes sense and keep you out of harm's way, you can go ahead and try it. be my guest. But if I see a DV situation, I mean, yeah. Oh, if it makes it to my front door, there was one instance where I don't know. I was very young. My dad said that there was this guy beating his girlfriend. The girl came to the porch, to our front porch, to knock on our door and ask for help. The boyfriend followed her to the front porch and continued to beat her. So my dad answered the door with a gun. Dude, if you don't get your ass out of here, that's what my dad said. He said, if you don't get your ass out of here before I put one in you, no Diddy. Shoot, he meant bullet, okay, and then called and got the girl help. So that's one example of a girl actually trying to get out of her situation and go get some help. So don't know what came of that situation. I don't know if she went back or not because a lot of the girls do go back, unfortunately. You know. So if you don't have a choice, if it shows up at your front door and it is just that disruptive, it's pissing you off, then yeah, get it off your goddamn lawn. Get it off your front porch. Outside of that, hey, you can kind of hint or recommend, if it comes to your way. What do you think I should do? He only hit me on Tuesday, but I know he loved me. Look, if she come to you to that, just say good luck. You good luck. Just look. I can tell you to leave all day. You deserve better. And don't be provoking crazy motherfuckers. I know a lot of women don't want to hear that. But I will say this. What also saying is that not every man has been taught to be a gentleman. It'll be stupid to incite a crazy motherfucker. It's like standing on the train tracks and the train is coming, but you won't move. You're not stuck in any way. You can get off the goddamn track, but you choose to get hit by that train anyway. Act like it'll be like the cartoon. Should I get hit? And then I just be screaming as the train carries me down the grade. No, you're going to get splattered into a million pieces and it's going to be gooey and gross. Like, people don't understand common sense in many things. So let me go through some of these comments. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't see all these scores of black men defending Diddy. So y'all need to cut that shit out. And y'all know who y'all is. Y'all know who y'all is. Let's see. That video was crazy. Yep. I kind of figured he was like that. Diddy is a man of control. I guess once he made his first million, he thought his shit didn't stink. So I mean, somebody like that, is possible that they weren't always like that. But in order to gain power and control in this world, for some reason, you have to be a cutthroat, dirty motherfucker. And, we all wish upon a star that things could be different. But, I mean, I'm not like that because I don't have to be. But who knows what money would do to most of us? Should give us a sense of a God complex. And for the way Diddy has conducted himself publicly, yeah, I say that falls very heavily upon him. So Cassie stayed with him for 10 years. Crazy. Yep. Crazy. That Diddy video was sad. Yeah. It was like, that motherfucker was like, hell no. That motherfucker, like, he was looking like he For real, he was practicing that Biggie video where Biggie got shot, and that every breath I take. I mean, I don't mean to make a joke out of it, but like I said, did she die? I mean, shit. If she had came like I fear for my life, get his ass off the street. It ain't about the money; it's about getting this monster away from people. Then I will be more like a Cassie person. I would say. But no, it's like he beat me. I want to get paid. All right, whatever. I mean, you took them punches to get paid. Like, like you in a fight like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, except for it was Diddy and Cassie. Like, fuck out of here. Diddy being a billionaire made him think he was untouchable. Did he ever get to billionaire? I mean, he was in the mid 100 millions. I don't know if he ever made billionaire. I mean, Dr. Dre made billionaire. Hold on, that was an abuser right there. According to Michelle A. So, I mean, that's the case of another abuser that actually made the billion. And I mean, he made the billion selling beats, wasn't he? So, I mean, shoot, it does seem like that when you get to that level, you be smacking a bitch. Like, shit, Liam Neeson. No, not it was, or was it Sean Connery? Like Sean Connery was like, yeah, sometimes you gotta smack one. Put them over your knee and spank them, shit like that. Just they was when Kevin Samuels was talking about domestic discipline. People took that as, oh, you talking about beating women, you know, bending her down and spanking her and shit. Some women actually like that shit. They like to be bent over and spanked and shit like that. I mean, for those of you who know women like that, but yeah, no more parties for Diddy. 2 minutes behind. I like your honest takes on shit. Uh, Kev is a trip. Whatever I said. Diddy still out partying now. You know why? Because he belongs to a circle of people who already know that he was doing that shit. That's what he they know he does that shit. They know how he is already. If they really was on this moral high horse, they would have taken him out by now. Like seriously, they would have said, no, 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 we're not gonna pretend like that they're not sniffing lines of coke off this dude's dick. Like I mean, we're not gonna pretend like we don't see that. So I don't know, man. It's a different world. It's a different world. Now, like I say for instance, my daughter is 18 and I'm still physically capable. I mean, I plan on still being physically capable enough to do shit. But granted, she ends up with a dude that starts smacking her and thinks that it's okay to hit her. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna disappear. Granted, I have the physical power to make that happen, or connections or something like that. Refer to this broadcast. Daddy, what happened to Sir Reggie? Because they love trying to name their kids Sir and then like a regular name, like that's gonna elevate his status or some shit. Don't do that to your kid. Sir Reginald. What happened to Sir Reginald? Sir Reginald had to disappear. Fuck that nigga. That'll teach anybody to keep your hands off of people's daughters and shit. But I mean, if my daughter's like 25 and some dude's beating her and she's sitting up there like, I mean, he only does it when he gets drunk and he's a millionaire. Don't run this for me, Dad. Look, I'd be like, good luck. Just don't bring that nigga around me. I'm gonna try my best to make it happen, but no, outside of that, you choose to be in that situation. Good luck. I mean, it has to be that cruel at this point. She probably mad you called the police. These women be loving their yeah, well, that particular woman did. I hate to hear it because it's like, wow. These women like that just lets me know that some women don't realize how beautiful they are. That they don't need to take any type of physical punishment. Like it's no, you're more beautiful than that. And once you believe that you're like when you hear somebody say, if you don't believe it, why should I believe it? You know, you start to hear it's a shame for women like that because they need the moral support. And they reject it at every turn because they misconstrue that shit as love. It is a damn shame. That's what like a lot of this Pookie resentment comes in at. I mean, like, of course, is kind of, it's kind of weak minded and it seems kind of whiny that you would like, oh, these are the dudes that getting all the attention from the women, and all the other stuff. But it's like some of these guys, and I mean, like, I ain't saying that there's not guys out there that do that don't look like Blair Underwood. I mean, I ain't saying that, but but I'm saying for any of these guys that lay hands on women, it's just that that these women have an affinity to be stuck to him. Like, oh my God, he loves me. Like it's a shame. It really is. So we got Detroit 313 with the super chat. Really appreciate it. He said the uproar on Diddy is fine, but where is the uproar on white men decapitating a 19-year-old black girl in Wisconsin, where her body scattered all over Lake Michigan? And that's like the second, third case like that this year. And for some reason, they still don't get a stigma for that. Like these white dudes going crazy and killing these black girls. Like those stories don't get very much traction, and it's like that is the norm. But when you have a segment of YouTube that only concentrate when a black man does something to get those stories out there, and they don't get stories out there that impacts the black girls as a whole, like thinking that and I mean, like, from a divestiture standpoint, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, and then they run into that. It's just like, oh well. Oh well, since y'all know how to report on us, but you don't know how to report on them. I'm not saying what we did was right because the white man did it. That's what y'all be thinking. But it's like we just say have some of us be like just have the same energy. We can obviously see this. So thank you for the super chat there. I will update that to down there to. So let's see. Yeah. So, like I said, if you're a victim of DV and you got a friend out there telling you that, hey, you deserve better than that, listen to that friend. Listen to that friend. That's a friend of yours that will say that. But, to treat them like they don't know what they're talking about, you're asking for it. All right. Got another one from Detroit 313. He said white man cases with black women are getting caught up very often. They are not rare. No, they're not rare cases. Did I say they were rare? I would like to apologize if I did. I mean, hell, back in the day, I used to do stories like that. In breaking news, P. Diddy had just signed a contract with Dana White's Power Slap League. Shoot, Diddy is a hustler. Also, P. Diddy slapped his own mama. Says it all right there. God damn. Okay, but that's that super chat right there. So let me go ahead and give you this Detroit 313. Yeah, a little wacky D and sunshine. There you go. Thank you for the money. Thank you for the support that you guys are offering. May giving me easement on this laptop purchase. So we got updated once again. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, okay. You know, one day I'm gonna have the ability to walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm working diligently to make sure that happens. There you go. So, mhm. Said she did take the money. Said she could have leaked this during the Me Too movement when it actually happened. Yeah, Diddy would have been fucked up, and they would have. I mean, they would have drained his money enough to where it would have hurt. But the mindset that Diddy has. I mean, he would have definitely got on his Kanye and did something. But hopefully that would have blocked him from doing anything. A lot of women are low key turned on by that nonsense. That's why it's better not to not get involved. I mean, yeah, don't cause yourself distress. I'm not saying help. Don't help where you can. All I'm saying is this: they have to understand that they're in a terrible situation. They have to understand that. The uproar on Diddy is fine, but where's the uproar? Okay, yeah, we already went through that. There is none. There's none, or there's barely any. Supposedly he did, but I'm not so sure with all the money he owes, especially what he owes for four of his mansions. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like I said, they can take him out. Hey, Diddy net worth 800 million. Oh, okay. All right. Sean Connery meant it's okay to pop a broad once she is out of line. Controversial take for sure. Yeah, it when you talk about putting hands on women, period, is like you're gonna have the sassiest of the women who have a voice in the media, and you're gonna have some virtue signaling simp come out and say that that's not okay. That's like poor thing. What a fragile flower. Yeah, it's gonna happen that way, and that is the societal American viewpoint. Is very protective of women. So that's what's gonna happen. But Sean Connery is not known as an abuser. Chris Brown is. Diddy is. So show like shit. I wonder they gonna ride Diddy the same way they rode Chris Brown. That's what I said. Carlton Way one, Sir Reg. Yeah, Sir Reginald. Yeah, they don't know them broads be trying to like they'll do one of the us names like uh Dravius or some shit like that. Or they'll do some Sir Reginald or Sir Leroy or Sir Leotis or some shit like that. Like shit crazy. Like, let's see. All right. I'm not heard of these women calling the death cry on that dude. Not one of them requested the death penalty. And yet this white man had victims of women got butchered up. Yeah, 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 yeah. You don't see that. You won't see it. They won't favor with those guys. Shoot, what are they doing right now? This black wife effect. Ooh, shit. Do not get me started on that. But I mean, it's like I'm not even saying that for social media. What's going on social media either? I mean, if they think the grass is green on the other side, they can give it a try. I mean, I'm just saying. Why should we care at this point? Yeah, Sir Leroy, Sir Leo. Like they be naming their kids Sir, and then putting a regular name. I mean, I knew my brother, my oldest brother, was in a class with a guy named Sir William. It's like these dudes were knighted. What the fuck? Not even BLM. I saw the black wife effect. Those white dudes are squares. Yeah. I mean, because they said some billionaire said that black women are for grown-ups or some shit like that, and he said that he never said anything like that, but these hoes all over social media claiming some type of victory, and once again saying that white men are upgrades. It's like, all right, I guess old girl got upgraded to being dismembered and thrown in Lake Michigan. I mean, shit. But Kevin Samuels, sorry, in Major. Man, speaking of Major, man, my daughter was in a daycare with a kid named Major. Yeah, this is no I'm not even close to kidding when I say these things. How ridiculous some of these names are out here. Yeah, said B Dubs look stupid doing that shit, and they still didn't find all of her remains. Shoot, man. I mean, shoot, they just getting clipped out here. Shit, I'm not saying that there's any reason or justification for it. Like they be justifying our deaths when it happens. Shoot, boy, I tell you the truth. Old Diddy. It's like shit. Like I said earlier, we all knew he was a piece of shit. So why are y'all surprised? Why are y'all surprised that he would be seen kicking a woman? Young Miami didn't Young Miami say this man uses the bathroom on her and she's okay with it? I don't trust any man that thinks it's okay to use the bathroom on anyone. I mean, shit. Well, you seen that shit in like Asian films where they like beat the shit out of somebody and then pee on them? It was always some disgraceful shit. It would be every time I saw that in one of those Asian films or something like that, I would be shocked. I was like, damn, they peed on that motherfucker too. Fuck you. I don't trust a man that pee like that uses the bathroom on people. But you know, Young Miami did it for the Monet. Remember, they laugh at us when we get clipped by the cops. You should hear black women say, "Yeah, on Clubhouse, Clubhouse." Isn't that in Clubhouse an app funded by a black man? In fact, Master P funds Clubhouse, and he lets that shit go on his platform. But they'll blame men like Diddy. These black men are bully bags. Where's the outrage for that? Oh, there is none. Oh, okay. All right. And they want you to feel sorry for Cassie. Fuck out of here. Sir William Old Block. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. The Sir William that we grew up with, he was a pretty sensible young man. He had both parents. He went and did some things in his life, became successful. Yeah. But anyway, see, I am a overlay up here all day. I didn't even drop the link. Shoot. So, like I said, I know this is triggering to, and let me just throw this out here. I know this is triggering to, victims of domestic violence. That tape. CNN showed the tape. Well, showed the video rather. I don't know if it was a tape or digital or not. It was footage. Yeah, no, that was very disturbing for some of you to watch who, like I said, you've actually been through a DV situation. Uh, then I know that it stressed out the crusaders, the people who get mad at everything they see on the internet, those folks. Um, yeah, and people who are decent human beings would understand that you don't do something like that, especially if you are a public figure. I mean, I mean, for real. Especially if you're a public. If you're a human being, you don't do it. If you're a man, you don't do it for reasons other than defending yourself and the destruction of your life. Yeah. She stayed for 10 years. I feel nothing for her. No, I'm not on Team Cassie. It's not a Burger King kids meal where they ask you whether you're on Team Diddy or Team Cassie. I'm on neither one of their teams. No, like I said, by her going for money instead of going for the criminal stuff, nah, I can't do it. Sorry. I can't do it. Good luck. Good luck in your life. How can you say that, Kev? Fuck out of here. I know I'm not going to win everybody. See what we can do here. Wait a minute. Maybe I should just wait till the smoke show tomorrow night to have an open panel. Yeah, what the hell? Maybe I do need to clear some things up with a couple of you out here in that YouTube world. We got some Diddy. So, anybody want to ask me a question? Kev, do you think Diddy is a piece of crap? And if this is a bad reflection on black men, no, it's not a bad reflection on black men. Diddy did that shit. Give a fuck. Oh, wait a minute. Diddy did that shit. And if this was exposed at the time he did it, he would have went to jail. He would have went to prison for a little while, but it didn't. So this is nothing more than a case of someone trying to be petty and trying to ruin his reputation, an already marred reputation where he's taken sexual advantage of men and women alike because of his money and his wealth and his power. So there. That's my assessment of Sean Diddy Combs. And when he's on songs by himself, they absolutely suck. Name me one good Diddy song with him in it by himself. Go ahead, gun to your head. Name me one good Diddy song with him in it by himself. Dan White beat the shit out of his wife. No one cared. Of course, because he's white. He's from the he's from the white community. They say T with a T-E-E. They put emphasis on the T. Because his whiteness is all right. So we got two more super chats. Said, Cassie left a good man to be with Diddy. She brought it on herself in a lot of ways. Yeah, what do they call that? Hypergamy? Cash grab. So thank you, RPM, for the super chat. I'll update the gold thing down there in a little bit. Detroit 313 said, shitstorm of narratives is coming, so everyone be ready for these narratives. They are about to throw a rock. They're already here, man. People sitting up there already up there like Dusty Nakers. Those Dusty Nakers are making excuses for Diddy. All right, it's updated. Say we got $360 more to go before the goal is met. All righty. Best music is from All in the Family. Yeah, yeah. He had a few songs. The one with the black album cover. We ain't going nowhere. Cause we bad boy for life. Yeah, that one had a couple good ones on there. But it just seemed like every song that he jumped in, he did a couple 8 Ball and MJG songs like that, where he jumped in and just fucked up the whole song. It's like, yeah. And I mean, like that, like one of them's like one of my favorite songs, except for the part with Diddy. Diddy has no classics of himself. Diddy has no good songs of himself. When he had that press play, that album, like I wanted to like quit listening to music because of that album. No, I'm not quite that serious, but like y'all know what I mean. I thought it was that bad. And, it was so bad that white people thought it was great. Like I knew a dude that just played the album all the time. I was like, why? But it verifies. Um, Adriano Stafford. This happened in 2016. Yep. Yeah, it was 2016. Yeah. If they would have focused on when it happened instead of the fake outrage parade, that's happening right now. Like I said, what y'all gonna do online? Browbeat Diddy? Start asking black men why we're not focused more on this? Why are you guys not talking about this? Yeah, we're talking about it. Shit. I'm just saying, stop letting these piece of shit men get away with this crap. He got away with it. We have to watch another POS get away with doing POS things because somebody was trying to cash in. Okay, so what is the fucking purpose of black men complaining about this? Oh, remember, we always complaining and whining about shit. Remember that, right? We always complaining and whining and crying about stuff. So at this point, saying all this shit about Diddy, yet no matter how much we say he's a piece of shit, it's gonna be considered crying and whining. So miss me with that bullshit. This happened in 2016. She's been paid. Yep. She since latched on to another rich husband. I feel nothing. Currently awaiting to hear about how her present husband is kicking her up the corridor. Uh-huh. A failed music career, nonetheless. Like she was like she was in an industry where Ashanti existed. So it's like because of the existence of Ashanti, people like Cassie weren't necessary. You had people like A. Marie out there. Shit, Tamia. Like, what the fuck do you need Sierra? Why the fuck do you need Cassie? Where does Cassie come in as far as her contribution to musical history? Which is not the issue wholly, but still. Beyonce. Son is Hot Rod was good. I hated that song. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I hated that song too. Cause we bad boy for life. That was P. Diddy's ode to himself. Told you, man, P. Diddy is cut from the cloth like Vince McMahon. He just wants to control any and everything. Things that go beyond his control, he flips out. He flips out. He starts kicking around women like they're fucking soccer balls. Doing his best, in my opinion, our victory. And is this the end? With Twist, he wasn't on that song by himself. I'm talking about by himself. I'm talking about carrying the song, making the crowd move. I'm talking about some dudes everywhere yelling, "This is my shit." That Diddy. Nah, you don't have a song like that with Diddy. Y'all ever been to South Dakota? No. Well, I haven't. Any of you guys out there been to South Dakota? You feel free to answer that question. Cassie wasn't that talented. Most of her music was producer driven. I mean, she did dances that, other people could do better than her. I think she was better than Alicia Keys dancing. Okay. Anybody that ever saw that on stage performance where Alicia Keys tried to dance and sing at the same time, where she almost killed herself in front of everybody, would know what I'm talking about. But you know, I was just being funny. She looked like that if she did a wrong dance move, she would have broke into millions of pieces. But Cassie was better than Alicia Keys, I would say that, but she was nowhere near the level of a Sierra, a Beyonce. Hell, she wasn't even Paula Abdul, and Paula Abdul could go back in the day. Man, did y'all see that video of Paula Abdul trying to get back out there and dance? She need to sit her ass down. Like, but whatever. I used to love like Paula Abdul back in the day. Like Paula Abdul used to be thick as fuck. Yeah, that was my butt sheet thick for yesterday. Paula Abdul. Like that video, Cold Hearted Snake. Yeah, she was fine as fuck in that video. Yeah, I used to love Paula Abdul. But what I saw a couple days ago, no, she didn't age as good as Thelma from Good Times. Sorry. Oh, RPM said Detroit 313. I passed through there. He's passed through South Dakota. What was it like, RPM? What was it like? I would like to know. Oh, Detroit 313 said I'm staying in South Dakota. So is South Dakota like them states that they be saying like, okay, it's like they be like hidden gems because be like white girls and shit. Where the white women at? Like, is it like that? I just want to know. Or is that some type of stereotype? And it's just like saying that LA is infested with Bloods and Crips and shit. Just freaky white women in South Dakota and in Wisconsin and states like that in Washington. So are the stereotypes true? I said, no, South Dakota doesn't sound too black man friendly, but I wouldn't know. I mean, Detroit 313 is there. He can tell us. What made me laugh is that they were trying to attach this to the black manosphere, saying how we was defending him the whole time and then call. Yeah, get the fuck. See, you're gonna see that every negative thing against black men, they're gonna say that the black manosphere champions it, supports it. They're gonna say that we're on Diddy's side. That he should have dropped highs on Cassie. uh those niggas, those nakers are over there saying that uh they support Diddy and just trying to make up all kinds of shit to try to bring black men in a negative light and saying that we actually support a man that beats a woman, even though I would say that uh not all situations means that the man is just a piece of shit. you know Sometimes women can be hurting a child and the man could just snap and go crazy. I mean, those are situations you never hear about that do happen. But those situations, strangely enough, always get reported as man ain't shit, blah blah blah. They stick to the narrative. Why would they want any story going the other way? But they're gonna on us. They're gonna stick everything they can on us. Because they don't want black men speaking out of turn. They want black men to be like they punk ass granddaddies. Hey, you better leave them women alone. Don't say nothing. And I mean, I don't mean to disrespect grandfathers out there. I mean, but seriously, like the previous generations and some of my Gen X fellow, cohorts, you motherfuckers are simps. So yeah. Yeah, I'm a truck driver. I'm staying there in one day. Okay. Okay, I think his song "I'll Be Missing You" dedicated to Biggie is the only one he's alone rapping, but he also had one. Yeah, 112 Faith Heavens. If Diddy was on that song by himself, people would have been like, "What the fuck is this dude doing?" Like seriously, I was already with the songs that he like. Well, he wasn't really in songs like that when Biggie was alive. I would say I mean, he was in some. He did a couple hooks. Well, he wasn't songs. I'm sorry, but after Biggie died, he was just all over the fucking place. Yeah, Paula Abdul. Yeah, Paula Abdul, man. Because I mean, she used to be a backup dancer for Janet Jackson, and then she went off on her own. Uh, yeah, she was cute with the mole on her face. Yeah, yeah, that mole was classic. That just did everything for her look. And she had some nice little thick little thighs too, and she was dancing her ass off. It was awesome. Like she was almost like Paula Abdul to Janet Jackson was like MC Hammer to Michael Jackson back then. But Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson's names are immortalized while Paula Abdul is, doing talent shows with Simon Cowell and MC Hammer, appears on nostalgic, television shows every now and again. I was hitchhiking and caught a ride through there. Shit, motherfuckers adventurous. I mean, it was an HBO film. Did you run into the random sack chaser that smoked a cigarette from at the bar, and then y'all end up for a romp in the local hotel, and it was like she had them big old round nipples with areolas and shit and all that, man. Just man, look, well, I tell you, the man said some like that, but most white girls are thick as hell in South Dakota, West Virginia, and Iowa. All right, thick. That's what we like here in the black community. We like them thick. Some of us like them too thick. Also, Montana too. Yeah, yeah. That's like uncharted territory for me. Like, I stayed in Alabama, like the racist states and shit, Georgia. I mean, shoot. Black women were outraged like this when all these brass were deleting black women. It's still happening now, but no black women's upset. But no, black women are upset about Diddy and projecting it on black men collect. They always do that. You know why? Because they box themselves in the same box collectively. They feel like black men should be doing the same. Oh man, because Diddy, kicked Cassie up and down the hallway like a soccer ball, that somehow Kev should be ashamed of that. Like, why? I didn't do it. I mean, shit. And it's like, and the way that some of this shit is approached, I obviously don't have enough money to be able to do that to a woman. So millennials and Gen Z are checking out. Yeah, millennials and Gen Z would rather. I mean, millennials. I can't say too much because they're getting in the older crowd right now. But the Gen Z, they would rather marry their PlayStations and Xboxes these days. They would much rather not go through the trouble. Kevin, I don't know if you're into politics, but did you see all these places like MSNBC admitting that the black male vote is important and how Biden needs our support for November? I'm indifferent to politics because it's like for me that is the Democrats and Republicans. They're two sides of the same coin. Left wing, right wing, same bird. I'm that guy. I would like to see black people further an agenda for black people and not depend on any kind of political party to do it or get behind a political party that will get you. And they say that for the Democrats, they get us closer to what we want, but there has to be a political level. There has to be a political effort made on the local level before you think about the national level, because the national level seems to only help a certain group of people. But if they're admitting the black man's vote is important, I mean, because like they'll be all over the news complaining about it. Like, you'll have certain black men and especially certain black women like a Simone Sanders or a Stacey Abrams would get on television and start complaining about how black men are costing them and black men's unsolicited opinions and black men need to get in line with black women and vote the way that they should. Nah, see, and black men are getting tired of that shit. And I'm glad that black men are getting tired of that shit. Shoot, get more tired of it, black men. Shoot, they need every vote they can get. Shoot, the Democrats. What I see is they're trying to do some desperate last moves. They got the VP pushing for something right now. I forgot $100 million to something, some program that'll help blacks. And they talking about student loan forgiveness again, and they scheduled weed down to a Schedule 3 instead of a Schedule 1. That's going to take place in July, so nationwide it can be used for medical purposes. So recreational legalization is around the corner. That's probably going to be their next political play, is to have national legalization for recreational use, because cannabis is a cash cow. It really is. People in the cannabis industry have prospered very, very much from it. Shoot, even your boy, the recently dick policed Jaleel White has gotten in on the cannabis industry. He has some shit called Urkel. Like it's like he got people out there smoking Steve Urkel and shit. I told myself a while back, it's like once I smoke some weed that's named Bernie Sanders, I was gonna quit. So once I get my hands on some Bernie Sanders, that's gonna be it. I may just be lying and say fuck that shit. I'm gonna continue to smoke, but it's like that's what I told myself a long time ago. If I run into some Bernie Sanders, that's it. That's it. That's over with. That's my relationship with politics at this point. There's somewhat of an indifference. If Trump wins the presidency for the second time, I'm going to spend the next 4 years laughing at niggas. Seriously, like I'm going to spend the next 4 years laughing at motherfuckers who's actually devastated about that shit. Because, see, I can laugh at myself, because in 2016 when Trump won, I was sick that night. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. I tried to give Hillary my vote. I still feel bad about that vote. I still feel bad about it. But when I saw that nothing really happened, I was like, oh, okay. All right. So everything is just bullshit. This is a little game that they're playing for optics. I'm not saying don't vote. Shoot, because I'm gonna exercise my right to vote. I'm a research each candidate, not each candidate, because see, if you research each candidate that you vote for, either you have like nothing else to do but to research every politician that's running for something. I mean, I hear about some of them in passing, and I try to stick to what serves my interest, I would say. If I do a little research or I do a lot of research, I do some research during political seasons. I just don't bring the speech to YouTube too much, because I think that people use political speak to sound smart. And sometimes it just comes off as disingenuous to me, the way some of these folks speak. Like they ignore some of the actual issues that go on with us and try to speak like they're on TV, or they're trying to regurgitate the talking points of MSNBC or Fox News or some shit like that. And it just sounds like crappy fucking BS. So, I mean, but to each his own. You if you think that makes you sound like you've been to college, then more power to you. I got this low pickup from ATL throughout to St. Louis and shoot through South Dakota. That's like 1,232 miles, about 25 hours in total. All righty. Most white women are thick everywhere in America. Man, I done ran into some thick ones where I'm at right now. I ran into, wasn't really anything I could say to them, but it's just like, God damn, something in the water. But that make our people mad, because you see white women that look like that, and then they have a tendency to treat them like they're special shit. But I'm here to say those are lies, because when we see a black woman with that kind of body type, we think there's some special shit too. And most of the time they act like they're special shit. It's hard to kind of cold approach a woman. Like especially if you just go to the grocery store dusty like I do, I'm just like, man, I don't give a fuck sometimes. Like, I'm married, I don't give a shit. I gotta cut that shit out real soon though. But anyway, you just like you see one And I could only imagine, okay, if say for if my situation wasn't this. I mean, still, what my presentation be? How would I suggest this to the single man that watches this program? And for right now, I don't have a great suggestion for you except for just to open your mouth and see what happens. And if she rejects you, just understand that there are plenty of other women that will say yes. You just gotta find them when you just gotta find them. So it's kind of a stereotype that they don't have. I mean, it started in the 80s, man. And I'm serious. It's like that's what like comedians have had a very powerful impact on the way that we think and believe. Yeah, and one of the jokes that black male comedians, black man comedians used to use is the pancake booty of a white woman. And when you're from the state of Alabama and you are part of an integrated culture, so to speak, I guess when you go in certain businesses. Because I had a dad that was very handy. So we used to go to a lot of places like hardware stores, just me and him. And we see white folks there all the time and shit, you at the mall too. And like that pancake booty was something else. Like it was like I said, if she laid flat on her stomach, you could put a tray on her butt with your breakfast and that tray wouldn't budge. She could sneeze and that tray still wouldn't budge. It wasn't no jiggle to it or anything. It was no give in it. I mean, it's just like this. You could skip a rock and it'll have a spark off that booty. It was so flat and just nothing there. I mean, yeah, but it's like some of them girls have figured how to work out and, get past all that, doing squats and lunges in the gym. You just went to the sciences to help eradicate that problem. We don't know why, but 86% of them have been known to fantasize about some dark stuff. So hey, we're not saying that's the reason. I've hitchhiked in the US 4 times and walked the Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia. That took an entire year through the mountains, etc. Man, were you on a path of self-discovery? You got out there, not only did you touch grass, you touched different states. I was like, wow, that's a I mean, for real, if you were to start like a YouTube channel yourself, that is definitely you could definitely share some stories about your experience. I mean, if it like if you really set out to do that, man, that is like that's something that not many people have done. I mean, for it, and then you have to be in a tremendous amount of shape to pull something like that off too. So yeah, man, kudos to you for actually being an adventurous person. Detroit 313. I saw this white woman. She got a big old ass wobbling throughout the Walmart and I went earlier today. It's like, don't that shit just like that shit just be kind of mesmerizing somewhat. It's like, damn. It's like shit gets you in trouble when you with your woman. Like just it's like it is a double whammy because not only are you looking at another woman, you're looking at a white woman. Oh, you like the white girl, huh? Yeah, the white woman. Look at her. You want to get she? I bet she smell like wet dog too. But it's like shit. Dude. And then in my mind, I'm like, my mouth saying I'm not looking, but my mind be like, but she thick. She thick though. Like I was the first black person in 100 years to walk the Appalachian Trail at the time I did it. I was 22 years old. I'm 42 now. Oh, okay. Man, so I'm not voting for Biden. Me neither. I don't care what he does. I mean, he like I do agree with scheduling cannabis down. I do agree with that. That is probably one of the more useful things he's done during his presidency. I mean, student loan forgiveness or student loan postponement. or something like that. That was also okay, but I'm saying trying to virtue signal by immediately signing policies that were group specific. I'm sorry. Um, and um, and like black folks celebrating in the street like we just killed the worst races in history, which is I don't care what anyone says. Trump is not the worst racist in history. You know, I expect that his racism is like I expect that level of racism from a white man anyway. You know, it's not something that surprises me, but it's like I can name a few races that will make Trump look like, you know, he wears do rags and he hangs out in the hood and smokes weed with the homies and pours out a little bit for his fallen brothers and all the other stuff. I mean, you know, like for real, like some of you out there need a fucking history lesson for your ass. But anyway, let's see. That's not even worse. Just last week, I did a load from Florida to Wisconsin in one day, nonstop, about 1,520 miles. God, nigga, shoot, I'm sure you slept very good after that. You said nonstop? Shit. Ray Hunma, the Hunma Force, what's good? Smoking in some Urkel. Yeah. Yeah, J. Leo White has gotten in on the cannabis industry. Louis Conyer, what's good? RP, yeah. Say I walked from Maine to Georgia on the Appalachian Trail through the mountains. Hey, did you run into a bear? Was it okay? Did you feel safe? Did you feel safe with the bear? APTV, Absalom Payanki TV. What's good, man? What's good? See you down there holding your own, man. Shoot. Shout out to black men being brutally honest. Shout out to Absalom Payanki TV. Said being on the road in the woods brings a certain kind of peace. I mean, I want to know, were you fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear and did they have to help the bear? Like just I want to know, man. This is for real. I want to know all this shit. Help the bear. Say it makes me focus to plan out the route that's supposed, especially hazmat drivers taking more dangerous risk. Oh yeah, the hazmat. That mean they dealing in them chemicals and stuff that will burn your skin off and down to your bone, turn to dust and shit. You don't want to fuck with half the shit the hazmat people. Yeah, that's some serious stuff. You got to be on your P's and Q's. There are steroids in the chicken, my ninja. Okay, there's talking about old thick white women. Lots of white women love doing squats. Yeah, because they get that attention. It's like it seems like I don't know. It seems like when they have big butts and shit, and it's like, and they seem like that they're more empathetic to black men. That's what makes them so attractive, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Not that I've had that experience myself. Most dudes will argue that white women are women. They're women, and that's it. Don't expect anything special out of them. But the fact that people have said that they got the pancake butts and and then when some of them twerk, they do look like they about to break something, like they about to hurt themselves really really bad, and it just the shit like stop, just bend over and just stay still, don't twerk, don't do that's not for you. Now, when some of them do twerk, it's magical, but it's like some of their butts are so big they ain't got a choice. They be twerking when they walk and shit. But I'm just saying I like women that twerk. Black, white, Asian, whatever. Just don't look like you about to kill yourself. Shoot. Yeah, Kev. After my father and grandfather died, I left Baltimore and traveled alone. Oh, okay. White women ain't so big. You can put a whole. Yeah, do that little trick with the bottle. Put the bottle in between the butt cheeks and shit. See if they can hold it. By the way, I first seen black women do it, and it was amazing as fuck. See, that's the thing. That's the mistake behind a black woman. I think that black women are amazing anyway. I mean, for many of their attitudes, I mean, will make them into shit. But for the ones that can maintain their amazingness, I would commend them all day, every day, and talk about them in the same degrading fashion that I talk about the white women with the big butts. So, hey, Trump is far from the worst racist. Yeah, and people just act like, oh my God, he's the worst. Get the fuck out of here. No, he's not. He has regular white man racism. It is what it is. To me, cannabis is the worst thing that's ever happened to black people. Oh, okay, how? I don't think that's true at all. I think it's the worst thing if you want to put it in that context because of the unfair penalizing of young black men when it came to cannabis. Many have gone to jail and prison because of cannabis. Excuse me. As far as from a health standpoint, as far as from uh, from the other uses that have been denied for so long, I think that cannabis is probably the most versatile substance on the planet. I mean, it has all kinds of uses, and the reason why it was made illegal in the first place is because it would have put many industries to bed if it were legalized. This is from a financial standpoint. So, what it did was it caused a government. The government knew this, and a lot of rich people back then knew it. So, I mean, back in the 20s and 30s, we barely were removed from a time where people thought that witches existed. We had the Salem witch trial, so I mean, people were stupid back in the day and they believed anything because they didn't have access to the information that others had. So it was easy to put up a propaganda campaign about something that clearly altered your mind I mean, and I wouldn't say altered your mind, it would have more of an effect on your mind. It was more euphoric than anything. It's just not altering your mind. You talking about something like alcohol or cocaine or heroin or crack cocaine, which literally alters your mind and gives you a chemical imbalance, addicting you to the substance itself. Um, yeah, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a cannabis addiction, but I don't see people on the street and unshowered, unwashed, talk about some man. Oh, I sure need me a bowl of that cannabis. Like, nah. I mean, complacency, at best, but not no homelessness and mental breakdowns. Biden is pretty racist too. Yeah, of course he is. But a lot of people agree with his policy when it came to that crime bill. Yeah. I mean, I will say that because you have to understand that many people were too lazy to do something about their own communities and how the children were turning out in their communities alone. And, the accountability level of the parenting that took place back then was simply not there, is worse than ever in 2024. And this is a discussion I've had with my parents back in the past. It's like, look, we big enough to pull our own pants up one leg at a time. And, we need to just go to these parents or these wayward kids and we need to ask them, what the fuck are you doing? Shoot, raise the standard. Every time we talk about raising the standard in our community, there's somebody that wants to bitch and moan about it, and then you have all these punk ass dudes out here afraid to take a stand on anything. They look at a woman first and we are where we are right now. Bad hombre. I'm voting for Donald from Manhattan. Yep, nonstop with a 2-hour nap. Oh, okay. Well, phew. I mean, you got something in. I mean, shit. A 2-hour nap. I mean, still. I mean, just you like I was. What I was saying was, you thought you was just nonstop with that shit. And, I'm sure there was some coffee, some Red Bull, something. Or you were powering up like Goku. I can do it. And all the other shit. Detroit 313, you sir are a fucking trooper. Yep, absolutely. I didn't see any bears. I did see a moose once in Maine. I saw a bear after I got off the trail and made it to Florida. It was the first and last time I saw one. Okay, so bears be minding their own motherfucking business. It's like, man, look, you'll bother me, I don't bother you. But it doesn't look like you were close enough to that bear to even make a difference. Cannabis might not be a Class A drug, but it has done damage to black community in terms of being unproductive. There's a correlation between cannabis and laziness. Well, I would say complacency at best. You know what I'm saying? There are successful people that smoke cannabis. Sorry, it's just the way it is. It's like it totally depends. I mean, I would agree to disagree with you. It totally depends on a person. A weaker, lesser minded person does not need to smoke anything. Like, I mean, if you want to smoke meat because you bought a grill or something, or bought a smoker because you are making a paycheck because you are successful, smoke all you want then. And even then, if you're successful, smoke some weed too. But I mean, as far if you a jobless nigga that just sitting around all day, you always got money for weed, but you ain't never got money to take care of the shit that you need to take care of. I mean, like never. Then yeah, your priorities are fucked up, and you need to go with another plan. I'm so tired of twerking. No, not me. Shoot, yeah, I'm not twerking. Yeah, I'm sure a person that doesn't like you, you say that you left yourself open for that one. But no, I'm not tired of women twerking. No, I mean, if she has the talent, if she has the look, if she has the shape, and if those butt cheeks are wobbly and perfect for it, hey, she can twerk all she wants. But if you want to do like, say for instance, like that girl in that Black Lives Matter ad from like 4 years ago, talking about she twerking on Martin Luther King birthday, that shit should have never happened. Like that shit should never happen. That was embarrassing as fuck for her. I mean, that wasn't even twerking. I don't know. That looked like a white girl was trying to do that shit. Like, it looked like she was having a fucking spasm while she was bent over. Some black women can be amazing. Yeah, 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 absolutely. Absolutely. Now, especially hazmat with hazmat endorsement, you are responsible for a route that you're supposed to take when avoiding tunnels and uneven freeways. You're a transport explosive and radioactive. Yeah, if some of that shit gets released into the general public, I mean, you talking about COVID Ebola, getting married and shit, so yeah, they definitely got to be careful. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. There's nothing wrong with blazing from time to time. I agree. I definitely agree. Yes, from time to time, or you know, once a day, or something like that. I think crack is the worst thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crack is, yeah, I agree. Crack. If I could take a choice of how cannabis impacted the black community versus how crack impacted the black community, that should not even be a conversation. I should not. I would say crack definitely had its most negative and most devastating impact on Black Americans, and it was a shame how it ravaged and tore communities apart. Um, yeah, it devastated us, and it was easy income for the poor young black man. So it was easy to spread once you cut off opportunity from a group of people like that who are motivated to try to get some way to try to get some money to feed the family, because mommy just sitting around smoking cigarettes, and dumbass nigga that she got pregnant by ain't nowhere to be found. So you shoehorn, I mean, that's very easy to put a kid like that into a position. And, they're not thinking about the devastating effects it's going to have on a community years from now. They're just trying to make a buck. And I'm not justifying what they're doing either, because I think it's fucked up. But, I think black folks hate Trump more than the Bushes. Insane. Yeah, because the TV told them to. TV tell us TV tell us black folks to do something 9 times out of 10, we're going to follow it because the TV said it, because that's the widespread outlook. We go along with the widespread outlook. We don't go against the grain because, it's called groupthink. When you want to go with a thought process that is makes the people around you comfortable, yeah, that's most of us. If you go against the grain and people, start whining in their heads, oh, here we go. They're not agreeing with us. Alcohol and crack are the worst thing for black people. It's that alcohol and crack. Alcohol is legal, so I would say that you could do that at enjoyable levels. Um, I don't like when alcohol destroys a memory. I would say, you know, I used to get mad with a homeboy of mine. He was in the military. Because we would throw these wild parties, and he always used to seem to tap out early because he would get drunk too early, and then next thing you know, he's throwing up somewhere. I'm sitting up there like, how in the fuck? What the dude? The fuck are you doing? Because see, I was a smoker. See, I ain't never see smoking never took me out, but drinking has taken out many more people. Like, I never saw the fun in ending up in a pool of your own vomit. Never saw the fun in that. I always get lucky with DOT officers if not being inspected. Oh, okay. And now it's headed on the level of a Tylenol. Can be mad as much as you want. We want money talks, bullshit walks. Okay. What? LOL. Weed is a blessing from the Lord God Almighty. It's from the earth, man. I saw it on the news today earlier that Biden wants black men to come out and vote for him. I mean, okay, but what have you presented to black men to sway us into doing so? Um, one campaign strategy. If the black man's vote is that important to them, one campaign strategy I would exercise is getting the women to shut the fuck up, like Simone Sanders. We don't need black men's unsolicited opinions. Shut the fuck up. There's peace. Always someone will be mad. There's peace. Yep. If the hazmat truck driver goes through tunnels, hard turns, hard breaks, fast turns, nonstop at the train track, then see you in heaven because hazmat is no joke. Yeah, I bet you those loads are more valuable too. I bet you the hazmat trucks they get paid a lot more to transfer hazardous material because they have to be absolutely as careful as possible and follow all protocols, all safety protocols. Because one little slip and that could affect so many families. No Red Bulls or nothing, just water. I have to go Super Saiyan on the road. Yeah, sometimes you have to will yourself it. Like, yeah, I've been on long trips, not quite as long as you, but I've gone on long trips where I had to help with driving it. It just like it'd be insane the way I just like at some point just struggle to stay awake. It's just, but I'm a coffee guy. I'll drink coffee if I have to. I don't drink coffee all the time. Sometimes before I do these shows, because I do them late at night, I'll drink a cup of coffee before I go on the air. But like I did tonight. But I will do what I have to do to get the job done. That's just what it is for me. Uh, I would say that they on shit weed did get their money up. Yeah, yeah, Raven Knight. Yeah, he know all about that. So what's good? I grew up around bears, and bears don't care about people unless their babies are nearby. They know they can body us at any time. Yeah. The TBC component, no, it's THC. Um, Cannabis lead to addiction caused by high component. Plus, cannabis has been reported to be in a gateway to harder Class A drugs. That's called propaganda, and I will argue that to the day I die, being an experienced cannabis smoker, that it never made me want to do anything else but smoke more and better cannabis. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's that propaganda. I'm not like I you can believe what you want to believe. Like I say, I'll refute that all day through my own research. But if, at the same time, I'm not like just like debating with an atheist or something like that, or debating with someone who has political differences. I just don't really care to. I'll do it, you don't do it. That's what it is at the end of the day. But I disagree with that sentiment. I mean, yeah, I would say, yeah, it's addiction, yeah, but it's not something that is going to cause anybody's destruction. You're like crack will cause someone's destruction. Heroin will cause someone's destruction. Cocaine even will cause someone's destruction. It's possible to OD on cocaine. All weed is going to do is make you fall asleep. And if you are an unmotivated person, yes, cannabis is probably one of the worst things you can do if you're an unmotivated, weak person. But hey, is I'll just agree to disagree. I mean, the addiction part, I can see that. The gateway drug, that's some baloney. I laugh when I see that. It's a gateway drug. Okay. Hey, but you cool though. Biggest bear I ever saw was 8 feet. Biggest bear I ever saw was on TV. So yeah, I don't think I ever saw. I mean, if I seen a live bear, is because I saw it in the zoo. You know, that's about it. I've never seen a bear in person. That's why I say this man versus bear argument is very fucking stupid, because ain't nobody gonna get close enough to a bear. These women up here, a bear wouldn't ask me what I was wearing. No, a bear would say, "Grrr, grrr." Yeah, that's what a bear would say. And you don't speak bear language, so how do you know? I could be as silly with that argument as anybody. Yeah, if it's a number one priority, that's a severe issue. LOL. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If smoking cannabis is all you want to do all day, every day, then yeah, that's when it becomes harmful. I actually had a homie that was he was like the crackhead of potheads. Like he was unprioritized. He acted like he didn't know any better. Uh, I mean, well, he had parental shortcomings, I would say. He had a daddy that was always working, which, but his mother, he stayed with his mother for like most of his, childhood life, and she became a drug addict herself. So that affected his development as a person. So yeah, it's like it was a guy like, okay, like I had a place, right? He wanted to come kick it somewhere out of, he was from the Shy. He wanted to come kick it like for a couple weeks. We had a loaded house. We always used to have parties, had women coming through. So it was like, he wanted to come kick it. He wanted to stay for a couple weeks. I kicked this dude out after 2 days, and it was like he was smoking all my weed. I mean, you couldn't leave weed in front of this dude. You couldn't do it. You could not do it. That motherfucker was going in uncharted territory looking for weed. I was like, dude, if you die, it's on my my your blood is on my hands, bro. Like, come on, guy. I was like, this dude was dumb as shit. So I had to like, no, man, no, you gotta go. And this dude I knew from childhood. So we were already cool. It's just that this dude was a fucking dumbass. So if Sun is Hot Raw were to find this guy, it will be all the evidence he needed to support his claim, and his and the reports that he says that he is having. So that he said he's seen, and I've seen all of that stuff before too. So I would say if you find this guy, hey, there you go. There's your evidence. Very plausible. And we got cubicle masturbator. He said CompTIA is a bullshit search. Thank you for the $5, but we got people that'll come through this channel that would disagree. Uh, a couple of them in particular, but yes, what you just did was you have helped the laptop fund along. So let me go ahead and update. Add another $5. Shoot. So let me see. Let's see. I have the cat. I'll post the Cash App again. Uh, yeah. So we got a little thing. Like I said, I'm gonna make this purchase in the next couple days. Cash App will give easement to that purchase. Super chats will help with the recovery. Uh, let's see. But we supposed to be talking about Diddy. I'm supposed to be talking about Diddy. I've gone far off the rails. Yeah, but super chat. Thank you for the super chat. So let me go ahead and I guess I'll play Mike Tyson.
They have nothing to do with this. They're just innocent people.
Okay. I don't know if that video played on time on the air, but shoot, only like 5 seconds of it played. So we're gonna give you Wacky D and Sunshine. Thank you for the money. Thank you. All right. So yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see. LOL kids said I'm not twerking. Yeah. I might smoke before I go to work. If you call that lazy, so be it. I might smoke then read a book. I mean, it had different effects on people. You know, like I said, I just told y'all about the Kenny Big Addict. He was a crackhead of weed smoking. You know, I mean, like I said, you find that guy who was an anomaly in my book, then you got your evidence. Well, shit, then I'm a Stargate. LOL. If hazmat blows up in the public general in the general public, then you will get sent to prison or pay the state damages. Yeah, because they have to levy penalties like that. It's just like when you're dealing with sensitive data and there's a breach because you made a mistake. Yeah, you can get penalized for that. Yeah, go beyond getting fired. Same thing with, you're compromising the safety of others. That's what it is through negligence. When you've had the training. So if you had the training, you can be held liable. Yeah, that oil is a huge portal. Never ever. Yeah, throwing up isn't fun. Yeah, it isn't. Like I said, I never understood these people who acted like taking 15 shots of liquor was just great achievement or something, and then be passed out, throwing up all over the place, messing up people's shit. Like for real, I've had that happen to me. Like like it is not like so much the reason why I get so pissed off at drunks. Like it I mean, it should be, because it was like motherfucker. Like one night we went out to the club. One of the guys got way too fucking drunk, and he's under fucking age, so we had to put him away somewhere. Like this dude, like I was like what 20, 21 or something like that. I could handle my shit. I mean, I knew what my limit was, but this other guy, he was like 19 and he just got smashed fucking drunk. So we go to the club and he's like, man, if he get caught, man, he going to jail. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what is he getting drunk for? Like, you niggas like act like getting like that was the end of me, like, giving a fuck about drunk guys. Cause like what they did was they put him in my car and they put him in the front seat and he yacked all over the front seat. I was so pissed off. So fuck drunk people. That was it for me. I'm like, you motherfuckers, like y'all sit up there and act like y'all can't control y'all goddamn liquor. Fuck you. 10 shots was a max on a dare, never ever. Meanwhile, Simone, yeah. Narratives and dialogues. What's good? What's good? Coffee Nino. My bad. THC. Yep. Yes. Hazmat will pay around nearly 6K, depending city and state. Yeah. Yeah. I'm for real, man. Especially the guys who broker those loads, man. I bet you they make a lot of money off them too. Shoot. Yeah, Kev, the Gov program brainwashed people to think weed is the worst thing on earth, but Coke is okay though. Yeah, marijuana is a gateway for munchies. Yeah, plenty of delicious foods. Let me tell you something, man. Some of my best friendships started on smoking weed. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Sit around there, oh, man, I got some weed, man. Let's sit around and smoke. And then, y'all be smoking, getting high and shit. And then all of a sudden, y'all be talking. Man, you know how it is when you breathe air sometimes? It's just like, wow. And then you look at the dude like, for real? For real? You feel that about air too? Yeah, guy, you're cool. You're cool too. Like, shit. Oh, man. Cubicle masturbator. Oh, shit. Snacks, anyone? You have to see with custom agent borders, take a look at your paperwork and weight it below because if it's over 80,000 pounds vehicle weight in total, then they will have to schedule you for a court date. God damn. Costco. Okay. Bad eating habits and diabetes, heart attack have probably been worse than for us than weed as a collective. I'm taking that into account. I'm taking that into account because I mean, I've been hearing about too many fried chicken and rib deaths out there. And I'm not saying that people die from fried chicken and ribs. It's just that some guys that die, I've observed what their eating habits are. And then, it's like I had a best friend from high school die, and we actually talked about, dieting and weight and eating and shit. And he just like, I'm gonna eat how I'm gonna eat. And, he wanted to eat steak, he wanted to eat ribs, he wanted to eat all that fat and shit, and he didn't want to do nothing about his weight. And now he in the grave. She was best friend from high school. He was only like 2.5 weeks older than me. We were born in the same month. I think he was born September 1st, 1970s. Well, that year, and I was born on the 21st. And and like I'm still here, and he's gone. And there's nothing to gloat about. It's just that I know what his attitude was on eating healthier, and now he's gone. All right. These females are overweight to get deep enough in the woods or to where a bear lives. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like to call those kinds of women a good food supply. Hopefully, I get caught running in this woods with you from a hungry bear because you're going to slow down before I will. Shit, a bear came face to face with me in South Lake Tahoe. I jumped in the car and the motherfucker was racing me. I told this story before, so it is real. Okay. So Coffee encountered a bear before, and he said he took the fuck off. Imagine if Coffee would have stayed there. He would have been a Coffee Nino sandwich for a fucking bear. And they like he wouldn't have lived to rap about it. Supposed to help the bear. Like shit, help me, shit. Smoked all the weed, ate all the chicken, drank all the Kool-Aid. Yep. Black men being brutally honest, wrong chat. I meant to post it, but keep the donation. Okay, so your donation was an accident. Okay. Yeah, there are no accidents when it comes to donation, sir. You donated to the right spot. Yeah. Shit. Let's see. Damn, he must have been a wild ass dude. There was some like that in college I ran across. I was younger and married, and others were super immature. Fall off the rails, become a dare commercial on a Saturday night too. The fuck? Where's Samuel at? Oh shit. I ain't even checked my dislikes yet. Like I said, it's hard. It's kind of difficult to go in between screens on cell phone. I can do it, but the sound to go out while I'm doing it. You think you seen the riots back in 20? Believe when shit hits the fan, when that ban hits, epic, massive public withdrawal hits. That's why they holding again. They know they're already back the fuck off out of concern of public withdrawal. Yeah, self responsibility. Yep, air. Yeah, pretty much the best comedy in history. Starred Dave Chappelle has the iconic best tasting strain, Pineapple Express. Oh shit. Hey, I would like to try Pineapple Express one day. Seeing that it was the name of a film by Seth Rogen. That was really funny. But you said that Half Baked had it in there too. Uh, I don't know this language, and I'm a place where you cannot distinguish the difference between the smell between skunk and weed. You get immune to it, and maybe even in contact with someone who never smoked like me. Okay, yeah. So my suggestion is you don't start coffee because it's like your eyes gonna open up to a lot of shit, and then like somebody like me, like if you decide to ever do it and it's your first time, don't be around people like me because it's like I don't want to be around a person who first time smoking because it's just like I don't want to have this conversation, man. So this is what it was like. It's like this, man. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, nigga. Just please. Oh my god, what have I been missing? Come on, just stop. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're cool, but I made a cross joint. It was spiritually uplifting. Oh shit. Oh man, you mean tell me what you did was you lit it up and you like you had the 3 points of the cross and you lit up each of the 3 points. Oh shit. Oh, that must be an awesome feeling right there. It's like smoking three joints at once. Yeah, well, I'm way too far off subject though. I mean, we started talking about cannabis and life and how stupid situations like this is. But at the end of the day, it's been 2.5 hours. So thank you for the super chats, guys. Cash App is open 24/7. Like I said, this laptop will be purchased in the next few days. So yeah, it's coming and it'll enable me to do a better presentation, be able to share screens, whatever. But really, at the end of the day, these live streams, the personality is what counts the most. So there have been people who have been able to gain traction just through speaking. So, but a laptop is sure a great thing to have. So far, thank you for all your contributions, and we will get to this goal. Still not quite at a K yet, but as you can see down there, there's 355 to go before we hit the 1,000 mark. So thank you to everyone who have helped me out on that. You guys are the greatest. Uh, Detroit 313 said, I'm gonna watch on replay. I appreciate that. And for all you replay gang people, I appreciate you as well. Just keep watching. Ruthless Heartless Revelator was the last guy that commented replay gang. I think Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. Really appreciate you showing appreciation to those guys. It is really showing that there is a community that is within the confines of this platform and this YouTube channel. And that kind of camaraderie is needed among black men. And whenever I observe it on this channel, it's really a good thing. It makes it feel all worthwhile. So yeah. So he said, "No, you do good on the phone too. This is why these likes and donations should be up tonight. I'll donate towards your next goals. I mean, just is whatever y'all want to do. Is whenever y'all want to do it. It is much appreciated. I do this because I care. There is a couple of things that do mean a lot to me as far as being on this platform that has happened and continues to happen, as long as I've been on YouTube. And I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything on this planet. So, I mean, just everybody could always use a little bit more money. So here's to me wishing you guys all the success in the world. I haven't thought of a smoke show topic yet, but smoke show Sunday is definitely happening tomorrow night. So, I want all of you watching to be there. And yeah, let me check my likes and dislikes. See if I owe y'all a Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, I just checked. I got 23 likes, which means that everybody watching did not press like. So please press that like button. It's for the algorithm. And yeah, I got one dislike. So Ray, you got your wish. So here we go.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
All right. So that's it for now. Look, any victim of the domestic violence, my suggestion is you find a solution that leads you into a situation that you're not being beaten. That because if you are a victim, you automatically deserve better. If you have that mindset, you spend more days in a calm position than a position where it's tense and it's terrifying, especially for someone who is bigger and stronger than you, or someone you feel powerless against. Because because the ones that make you feel powerless, there's a special place in hell for people like that. But I don't think that this is a situation of powerlessness. I think this is a situation where some out of control nigga was able to get away with this shit, and he has gotten away with this. I mean, like I said, browbeat him all you want. That motherfucker will wipe the tears from his eyes with $100 bills. Like, is it, and the level of sympathy I have for Cassie, I'm sorry, just is not there. Is not there. And like I said, her approach to it made it harder for real domestic violence victims. So I don't feel sorry for Cassie. I've consistently always thought that Diddy was a piece of shit, and that's not in this situation right here only confirms it further for me. But for those of you that are hoping that Diddy will get punished, it will not happen. It will not happen, and he could give a fuck about what any of us think about it, because that's how them rich niggas are. So good luck, like I said, with your browbeating campaign and your virtue signaling and asking black men not why are we not more outraged by this? Because I think I thoroughly explained earlier and now why that thought process is in existence. So let me see. One thing for sure is one thing I think for sure that even though the men go at each other here in the black manosphere, I don't think that they dox anyone. Thank God for that. I mean, who has time to do that shit? Like seriously, like, like. I mean, yeah, there are people who have time to do it, but it is like those some of those people are revered for doing that shit, and that's very problematic. I don't give a damn. Like we're too much in our feelings around here. But he said, I think if Cassie had someone to groom her, as in from her home, her mother, her father, to let her know about doing the things she has done, this one had would have never happened. Well, I mean, also being tempted by a guy who is a multimillionaire, I think is very easy for the modern day woman. That is also in existence. Sean Diddy Combs is a multimillionaire, and that will compromise just unfortunately just about anyone's morals. Who was that who was that woman that said that she'll take millions of dollars over morals? I forgot. It was one of these recent thoughts in the music industry. I forgot who it was. If I see it again, I'll let you know who that person was. It was one of these girls with one of these obvious thought names. She said she'll take millions of dollars over morals. So when she gets her ass whooped by a man, we can refer back to that. I'm not saying don't feel sorry for victims of DV. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying don't empathize with that, because there are actually some women that are actually helpless, that live in terrifying situations that they feel that they can't do anything about. But women like Cassie sure makes it hard for them. She sure does. And y'all need to blame Cassie a lot of this on Cassie too, because she decided to stay. She's not one of these examples of women who stood up and was courageous and got rid of the monster in her situation. No, she isn't. She's another you know what that wanted to get paid. And that's all I think about her. Okay. Regardless of which, if you care what I think or not. Shoot. So anyway, that is it. That is enough of me rambling and going about. That's enough. So anyway, I thank you guys once again for your support and your watching of this live streams and anything else I do on YouTube. So that is much appreciated. So that's it for now. I will see y'all guys at Smoke Show Sundays. This is Kev. Um, long live the habitual line steppers. Appreciate that, Porch Prairie. Um, in Kev we trust. Don't give up. Win, because I haven't given up. So if I haven't given up, I know damn well you don't give up either. So anyway, peace out.